Seconds seem like minutes. Minutes seem like hours when you think you need help and you're not getting anything.
Desperate calls for help put on hold. It's still happening in the city of St. Louis. A dispatcher tells News 4 tonight that problem isn't getting any better.
In fact, News 4 investigator Lauren Traeger has learned a new program meant to help is making the issue even worse.
They're true angels.
911, where's your emergency?
They're lifesavers. They are the first of the first responders, but they're not treated that way.
Maureen Ramsey has worked for St. Louis's 911 system for 44 years, handling calls for homicides, assaults, crimes against kids. That's all part of the job. But what stresses her out? The calls put on hold.
You have reached the 911 center for the city of St. Louis. All operators are busy at this time.
It's a 6-year-old that was shot. The phone's not getting answered because they're all on other calls. That scares the hell out of me.
Back in February, News 4 exposed the troubling data. Sometimes upwards of 50% of 911 calls in the city placed on hold for more than 10 seconds. The problems date far back into the former mayor's administration, but have persisted, Ramsey says, even now.
Are there times where there may be only 2 or 3 people on duty answering 911 calls?
Yes, that happened a lot all last summer, a lot. It's happening right now.
But she says there's something else now bogging down the system, a new program meant to help people in mental or behavioral health crises.
Don't get me wrong, the program is great. The mental health people need this, but we don't have the manpower to be tied up on all those calls.
The program, called 911 Diversion, started back in February.
Emergency 911.
The idea is to reroute 911 calls. Rather than just an officer responding, social workers or mental health specialists assist instead. The goal, to provide services and perhaps even prevent police officer interactions going awry.
We had no training. We had 0 seconds of training for this. And all of a sudden they said, it's going on and it's starting today.
Ramsey says the trouble is dispatchers aren't professionals on deciding which calls to divert.
Does that make you nervous?
It makes me scared. I'm not nervous, I'm scared. Because they are not in a good place. We don't know what they're going to do.
Everybody did have training, but that doesn't mean that we can't learn from them whether the training they would feel like they need now that they've actually done it.
We took Ramsey's concerns to Will Pinkney with the mayor's office and Tiffany Lacey Clark, head of the agency Behavioral Health Response, which administers the program.
He did a lot of face-to-face training with them. We listened to some 911 calls. We kind of triaged that with the dispatch staff.
But they say more training could be on the way, especially for new hires.
There's always room for more training, and we are learning lessons, not just around the dispatchers in the communication center, but in general, we're learning lessons as we implement the program. So yes, there could be more training.
Ramsey told News 4 the program also slows down 911 since they have to stay on the line.
And we really do need it. But it's going to have to be slimline or something on our end.
That's something Pinkney says they are working on.
We're not trying to have somebody stay on the phone at call taker for an extra minute. That's just too much time. But I know because they're short staffed and they're trying to make sure that they're getting to all the calls on 911, even an extra 5 seconds is a lot of time.
Overall, they say the program is working.
Even if you're just getting a person to the right resource to get them through one day, that's saving somebody's life, to get them enough hope to get through that day. It's all that I can ask for this program to do, and it has exceeded that above and beyond.
Hoping to resolve dispatchers' concerns, they say the program is here to stay.
I know the mayor is committed to making sure the program has the resources it needs to grow and to continue.
We spoke with Interim Public Safety Director Dan Isom about the problem with 911 hold times. He says they have hired more call takers and are working to get even more people on the job. He's also looking at combining police, fire, and EMS dispatching, which are all separate right now, to make for better efficiency. We'll keep following this issue. I'm Lauren Traeger, News 4 Investigates.